Hi, fire signs. It's so good to see you. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Chandler, and this is your intuitive energy reading for this week. We're going to start with Aries, then we're going to go to Leo, and then we're going to finish with Sagittarius. For those of you who want to skip ahead, I've timestamped the different signs below. These are spiritual messages. Today what we're using is my a sacred spirit reading cards, okay? Which we're going to read the extended to each card that comes out for each sign. But of course these are general messages, so take what resonates, leave the rest. This may work for you if you have a fire sign in either your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. And of course, if you're involved with a fire sign, cross watchers, feel free to switch up or reverse the roles to serve your storyline. All right. This session is going to be pretty powerful, I think, you guys. There's a lot of energy surrounding this. All right, a lot of energy surrounding these messages, so let's dive into it. Show me the spiritual messages for Aries this week. Show me the spiritual messages for Aries this week. Show me the spiritual messages for Aries this week. Spiritual evolution. Set your heart free. Aries, this is a number 35, denoting a little bit of karma playing out in your life. You could be involved in a karmic relationship, but it does look like this is being divinely guided for you. I will take note of the hummingbirds, okay, surrounding the situation. Hummingbirds typically note that there are either ancestors, guardians surrounding you, trying to prompt you to make certain decisions or take action in a different way than you have before. This can be a little unnerving. This can be nerve-wracking. With spiritual evolution, it seems like you could be going through a bit of a heart-centered issue, okay? Potentially surrounding a karmic relationship. Now, when I talk about karmic relationships, I feel very strongly about this because in karmic relationships, they are typically set in our path to simply show us and teach us lessons that we would have not been able to learn simply by ourselves. And so if you're experiencing something like this, it could feel like I'm hearing the word plummeting. It could kind of feel like you're plummeting into your heart space, into the shadows, having to do some real spiritual heavy lifting with this. Because typically in karmic relationships, it does take two to tango. It's not simply our lesson to learn. We're not ever, the doe in the middle of the jungle. We are typically one and the same. So there could have been a lot of drama that had just unfolded in your life. You could be having to face a real reflection, okay, of your role in where you are right now, okay? So if this applies to you, of course, it won't resonate with everyone. We're going to look a little bit deeper. Forgiveness and compassion is needed in this situation. Set your heart free. Expansion goes together with spiritual evolution. Without the process of expansion, one cannot evolve spiritually. Expanding the heart and mind allows you to live more wholesome and loving life with compassion, tolerance, and acceptance. There is no denying that learning through life experiences, good and bad experiences alike, encourages soul growth on a positive level. Like a caterpillar to a butterfly, individuals must go through their own transformations if they wish to excel, achieve, and move forward in life. Seeking something better in the future requires a little faith in yourself. You can't always have everything you want. You can't always have everything straightforward. Long-lasting success takes time to build. Evolving the spirit requires an individual to empty their spiritual backpack, taking out and removing experiences that are holding you back in life, healing past issues, addressing karmic imbalances, and creating a balanced mind and body are all parts of this process. Evolving the spirit takes time. It is a gradual process in which you need to do the work on yourself to achieve long-lasting effects. Right now, forgiveness is required if you wish to move forward in life. Sometimes you must accept an apology you know you may never receive. Forgiveness will set your heart free from an I'm going to reread this because I'm getting stumbled up on my words. I'm feeling you guys a lot. You're saying hell to the no. Am I ever going to forget and forgive this? But I do feel like you're going to be forced, okay? Either now or much later. And the depth of this trauma that you're fixing, the shadow work that you're harboring, it will only increase as the amount of resistance, okay, you give it. Right now, forgiveness is required if you wish to move forward in life. Sometimes you must accept an apology you know you may never receive. Forgiveness will set your heart free from an invisible control that has been existent over this situation. Forgiveness does not mean that you will forget what has occurred. It means that you can live without it controlling your life any longer. Remove any past emotional and physical ties that are no longer serving you in the here and now with love and gratitude. For that has brought you to this point in life where you are ready to change and let go of the past. Open your heart to your soul's calling. Your soul is calling you to be free. The shadow aspects of this are represented by stagnation, condemnation, and repetition. Remember, karmic cycles just repeat if you don't learn. The guardian angel Samuel will help you with this by providing you health, energy, vitality, and healing any trauma that has occurred. As my love and experience grows, the consciousness of my spirit evolves. That's beautiful. Affirm that, Aries. As my love and experience grows, the consciousness of my spirit evolves. Let's go into the tarot, Aries. I almost said Aquarius. Yeah. For whoever I'm connecting with, this has been a really good lesson. And it will continue to be a really good lesson. I think whatever you're doing now, it has much less to do with the person you've been involved with in truth. And maybe you've not been seeing it that way so far. In a spiritual evolution, initially we want to blame someone else, right? Especially if forgiveness is required. You're going to have to go through that threshold of knowing where you stand, your actions, what you've done, how you've contributed. And to this, I even sense a physical withdrawal. Physical withdrawal symptoms. As we go through spiritual evolution, sometimes we'll go through these phases of cutting out habits that no longer serve us. This could pertain to either cigarettes or meat or people. This could involve carnal desires. As you leave attachments, as you leave controlling elements, as the cards were highlighting. Have you been under control? Have you been harboring negative energy that doesn't serve you? How can you liberate yourself? Show me what I need to see for Aries. I'm hearing dragging your feet. Maybe you have felt, like this situation has gotten pretty extreme because there's been lies, deception, wearing a mask, not really seeing this at truest value. My guides remind me that there's been someone dragging their feet to make these changes or to really reflect upon this in the correct way. Show me what I need to see for Aries. We're going to shuffle like this. Show me what I need to see for Aries this week. Spiritual messages, please. Show me what I need to see for Aries this week. Look at both of these people, Aries. Walking away. But interestingly enough, what you think that you are leaving is actually a part of the darkness that has been ensuing in your life. What's interesting is it is very emotional. You are to set your heart free. Set yourself free. What's also interesting is we have 2 8s. Karma. Learning lessons. And I feel like for this reason we can see clearly why you may have been dragging your feet. There is some level of attachment. There is some level of codependency. And to even further reiterate my message, we have the 5 of Pentacles on the deck. An overall message for this karmic cycle. Knowing that this situation holds nothing more for you. Not in truth. The emotional context has been depleted. You feel satiated. You feel run down. And yet, you're holding on to the shambles of what once served you. Or maybe this situation never really did serve you. Maybe it was fun. Maybe it was fulfilling to an extent. But situations like this tend to deplete us slowly over time. Satiate us to the point of codependency, for it wants us to believe that we need it. Do you feel like you need something? Do you feel like your habits have gone a little haywire? Do you feel like there's a person who you can't let go of? And yet, when you're with them, it doesn't feel right either? We're getting really deep. Do you see these 2 people? The 5 of Pentacles shows us that these 2 people outside of a church are cold, they're worn, they're in a way crippled, okay, by their current circumstances. There's really nothing to gain, they have nothing to give. But at least they're not alone in it, right? At least they're not alone in this terrible situation. That may be the bright side. But with this 5 of Pentacles, it means that something has lasted for far too long and you have not made the appropriate changes. Not really. For your spiritual evolution. And so though it may be difficult, the advice is utterly clear. The advice is utterly clear. Please show me what else I need to see for Aries. For whatever reason, Aries, there's been some wrongdoing here. And it's led you down a path that isn't going to serve you. And I think honestly a lot of you are still on this path today. For not having recognized the signs, for not owning up to your role, or for not taking responsibility here over something that was at your demise. In truth. Wanting to blame others, not taking accountability for where you stand has gotten you in this position in the first place. And the Ace of Wands and the 3 of Cups shows that a power move was made by 3 individuals. A falsified attempt to gain notoriety, to destroy a reputation, to just get a kick out of it. Aries, I think you need to do some real reflecting upon this situation. In truth, you need to do some real reflecting on this situation and maybe put yourself in this person's shoes. I do sense a lot of regret from this, actually. So whether that was you doing the wrongdoing, whether you were coerced or persuaded, whether this is a sexual addiction or manipulative tendencies, it's condemned you in a way to a reality that's not going to grow. Not having support, not having true power. This may be the pit in which you find yourself in. And I'm not here to, glorify your wrongdoings or make an example out of your mistakes, because let's just face it, none of us are perfect, Aries. But in this time, I'm actually wanting to help you reflect, because that is really what the root of this situation is. This instant gratification, satisfaction, manipulation, power move, backfiring. The mask, that you may dress up as, it's actually to hide something much deeper. For whatever reason, Aries, you may really struggle with inferiority here. You may really struggle with inferiority here. Insecurity. You may have issues with sexual abuse, because I do see carnal desires that have just convoluted this situation. The Ace of Wands is a phallic symbol. And I do feel an energy of taking. Taking something that wasn't yours. Or someone taking something from you. Abuse. Rape. Force. The Ten of Swords typically denotes the very last straw. When you just feel like you couldn't hurt any worse. And the truth of this situation is so cutting that it is no longer something you can avoid or ignore. I think, Aries, you kind of know where you stand or where you lie in this, having no longer the ability to fight back the truth of this situation. Though the truth may be the death to the reality that you've known. It is the end, because it just simply can't go on this long. It can't go on any longer. And typically when we see air swords, it denotes some spiritual intervention. It's judgment. Spiritual intervention. Though I may not feel it now, Aries, the universe is trying to save you from yourself. The universe is trying to save you from this situation so that this doesn't happen. Something has gone severely wrong, whether it be in your relationship, in your mind, in the way that you think about things, in the way that you weigh out your options. And judgment is coming to you, for you, to help you ripen those. To help you ripen your thoughts. To help you ripen your soul. It can be unnerving. I do feel that. And I think another thing, Aries, that I absolutely feel for you is that this has been a cry for help. You've wanted this. You've wanted a little salvation from this situation. And so my advice would be not to deny this intervention, not to deny this second chance, because judgment is a second chance. Breaking out of your own hell, liberating yourself from the enslavement of what you've previously known to be true, just, or right. There's more to the story. There's more to your life. But it is your choice. Now or later, this judgment is here. And I think you're hearing the call. There's a call to your heart. And you feel it. You know it. And you don't want this anymore. You really don't. You don't want to feel like this. You don't want to be seen like this. And you know that there's better for you. The Three of Swords denotes moving from chaos to calmer waters. Leaving a situation because you know the truth of it. You see clearly now. And in truth, it only gets better, Aries. Once you arrive at your destination, you're going to think, why didn't I do this sooner? All right. Leo. Leo. Hello. Oh my gosh, such a great energy between you guys. Different energy than Aries, but still very progressive, okay? Very deep, very insightful, very progressive, and I do sense a lot of passion behind Leo right now, so we'll see what comes up. We will see what comes up for Leo. Leo. Show me what I need to see for Leo. Show me what I need to see for Leo. Not that much, you guys. Leo really wants to talk. Leo really wants to talk, you guys. Okay, let's reshuffle. You know what? I'm even feeling compelled to sage, okay? I'm feeling a little bit of sage needing to happen. That was an intense Aries energy, you guys. So we're going to just cleanse a little bit. We're just going to cleanse a little bit. Okay. Just a little, you guys. We don't want to suffocate. Leo, 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 show me what I need to see for Leo. Leo, 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 show me what I need to see for Leo. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, we're just going to set that there. Leo, Leo. Show me what I need to see for Leo. Show me what I need to see for Leo. Spiritual message for Leo, please. Spiritual message for Leo, please. A lot of heart chakra energy here too, Leo. It must be a fire sign thing this week. Leo. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful. This kind of reminds me of Avatar. I actually haven't seen this come out yet. Living light energy. See the beauty in life. Oh my God, Leo. This is beautiful. This is that heart-centered energy that I was talking about. You're very connected. So again, with this living light energy, I think that it's really undeniable, Leo, that you are truly just this force of light and healing. You're very grounded. Your presence, okay, is lit up. People know when you're around. They know when you walk in the room. I mean, typically Leos don't have a lot of trouble being known anyways, but you get what I'm saying. There's this sort of essence to you that is I would like to say remarkable or even royal, something that is just very grounded, very sturdy, and also just welcoming. And it's like with this tree, you're seeing a lot of different perspectives. Okay, you're doing a lot of healing. You're looking, it's an active choice. Okay, it's an active choice because, as I see it, this tree of light is kind of in the middle of a graveyard. It's literally in the center of a graveyard, so to speak. Okay, and so you could kind of feel like your reflections right now are pretty dismal, pretty dark. This could be a time where your light is really needed. Your light, okay, is really needed, Leo, and I would just want to ram that home. Don't be afraid. Don't dim your light for anybody, because it's not coming from an ego standpoint. It is not coming from a threatening standpoint. It's actually coming from a very true and pure and very healing place, okay? And I feel like, Leo, whatever you've done, you've actually done a lot of healing on your own, and people are seeing that, people are noticing that. All right, maybe you've been through a lot. With this tree, it would denote a seed that's just been planted really deep, maybe in the most undesirable of locations. Okay, for whatever reason, your circumstances right now could seem really undesirable. They could seem terrible, in fact. You could be surrounded by death and darkness, But I think with this energy, especially since it's a 25 denoting a number 7, which is highly emotional. And it's also the number of perfection. It's also a very divine number. Okay, so people are not only seeing the divine within you, but you are choosing actively to not see the current circumstances at face value. You're in fact looking deeper. You're shedding light. Okay, you're shedding your light on things that I feel need your healing. They feel like there is beauty, okay? There is beauty even in your circumstances, okay? Take that as it flies, you guys. But with this energy, it definitely is denoting seeing the beauty in something, regardless of how dark and how finite it could be. There's an infinite energy here. There's an infinite propulsion, okay? Moving something forward, granting something a different process or perspective even to change your reality in an essence. Wow, very powerful energy coming through there. Let's see what the book has to say. See the beauty in life, spend time in nature, okay? Understanding that everything is energy, the air we breathe, the elements, emotions, sounds, animals, people, our thoughts, all of this is energy. Living light energy is positively charged and full of physical life, radiating its permeance through the universe. Cosmic and earthly energy is a living light energy as it stems from the celestial light source. All of creation, the cosmic Big Bang, and its remnants make up the wonderful and beautiful collective of living light energy. It is pure energy that vibrates at its original blueprint. While energy is transformed, transmuted, and recycled across time, its living light energy hums its synchronicity with universal planning. All energy pulses its divine signature, with plants and animals also resonating with living light energy. The very state of their being, biologically unaltered, is an open receptacle to living light energy, with creation in all forms stemming from its divine beauty. Opening yourself to receive living light energy requires only an open heart that wishes to be balanced and harmonized with universal flow and the divine source of all that is. Whole and complete, this energy now awaits you to integrate and unify your heart into an all-love energy. Currently, you may have discovered or reignited a passion for crystals and gemstones. That's so funny. Water gardens, walking or hiking in nature, and gardening. I almost said guardian. These beautiful energies are encouraging you to connect with living light energy, to open your heart to natural beauty, and to breathe of life. Right now, see the beauty in life. The simplicity of nature and its divine elegance will encourage you to reset your mind in the present moment. All energy is recycled. Know that now you are changing your attitude in life, soon to emerge from a deep slumber of transformation. Surround yourself with living energy such as plants, crystals, or minerals to support your light body through this powerful transition. The shadow aspects of this card could be hatred, dissonance, and exhaustion. Archangel Ariel will help you with healthy living, connecting to animals and nature. And your affirmation is, I integrate living light energy within my heart, mind, and soul. I am one. So one of the things that I would like to say is that Leo could be going through an awakening, right, with this energy, either an initial awakening, which is the initiation phase, or a second awakening where you've already accumulated a portion, so to speak, of your light body integration. I myself am experiencing a second awakening, and I am also a Leo moon and rising. And so this, from my own experience, is an initiation, okay, into the second awakening. Typically, the light body integrates before the shadow body, or the higher aspects integrate before the lower aspects. And so really take in and enjoy this time, Leo. It's probably going to last for a while, okay? It's going to propel you forward. A lot of things are going to change. A lot of things are going to heal. And you're going to be seeing things really differently very soon, okay? So just keep that mentality, keep the positive mindset. You're integrating something very important, and you should absolutely enjoy it while it lasts, okay? That's beautiful. Beautiful energy, Leo. Living light energy. Wow. So let's get going with the tarot. Show me what I need to see for Leo. Show me what I need to see for Leo. Show me what I need to see for Leo. Spiritual messages, please. Show me what I need to see for Leo. Spiritual messages, please. Ooh, yep. This is the graveyard that we were talking about, okay? Whenever I see this card, I just, you could feel like you're surrounded by imbeciles, idiots, chaos, drama, falsities, lies, manipulation. The list goes on. And it'd be really easy to focus on this, wouldn't it? In fact, I think that these people surrounding you are kind of wanting that. They're kind of wanting you to feel like all is lost. Uh-oh, I didn't win this one. I better just quit. That's really unlike a Leo. It's really unlike a Leo. Okay, Leos don't quit. They don't. They're the king of the jungle for a reason, right? They are the fixed fire sign. They don't move from their position. But with this energy, be aware of how much time you do spend here, right? What your perspective is here. Because this is a losing battle for everyone. It's a losing battle for everyone. And I think that whatever you're being asked to do, Leo, is truly to just shed light on the situation, not participate, potentially, not be in this destructive energy, because it does actually just want to bring you down. If someone's sinking or someone's going down, this is them wanting to grab a hold of you to bring you down too. And so this is, potentially mental instability within a person. This is a combativeness, a time waster that no one gets anywhere with, okay? They just want to win so that they can have the last word. Very ego-based, very cutthroat. And it's not interesting to you as I see it. It's really not. But for whatever reason, it's the situation that you may be faced with right now. And so you're being asked to literally look past it. Like, don't participate. Don't give it your energy. Don't succumb to these lower vibrations if that applies. The Five of Swords needs change. Okay, so I do see that you're working on moving forward, as the 7 denotes progress, moving forward, putting distance between you and this. You may have to. You may have to just leave this situation. You may have to just drop the baggage, or maybe change the situation in your own unique way, Leo. So let's continue. Show me what else I need to see for Leo this week. You could be involved with an Aquarius. This is an Aquarius energy. Or your Aquarius, if that applies, could be involved with other people like this. Yeah. Because look at this. We have the Tower in reverse. For whatever reason, this situation has been ongoing. And I'm even hearing the word onslaught. And Leo, though you're never usually a victim, it does feel like this shouldn't have happened in the first place. This shouldn't have happened in the first place. Someone's ignorance, someone's betrayal, their lies, their manipulation, it's all coming to a place that is now actually getting really redundant. Really redundant. Because maybe they feel threatened over the truth that you've spoken. Maybe they feel threatened simply by your presence. This is trigger central. These are really imbalanced people wanting to combat you because of whatever truth you have. And it does seem unfair, but you're not a victim. You're not a victim. And I think a lot of the Leos that I'm connecting with actually refuse to be a victim or to see themselves in that light or to view this situation in a negative aspect, because it's not. It's a beautiful aspect. It's a beautiful situation. Everyone's learning a lot here. Everyone's learning a lot here. A lot about themselves, a lot about you, a lot about this situation. You know, what I would like to say about this is people's true colors are showing. You know, the truth of this situation is coming up, and that it hasn't actually been ended. You know, maybe the Aquarian or the Aries that you've been involved with, if that applies, it's not actually been taken care of. For whatever reason, people are tiptoeing or avoiding the subject. Not avoiding, but combating the subject. When the subject is true and very clear to begin with, that's why it feels so redundant. And that's why you need to get back to nature. This energy is very clear. The Four of Swords, this is you not participating. You know, with this Five of Swords, people really want you to get all up in arms about whatever onslaught, whatever things they're saying. But with Leo, I really feel like you're coming through with this very mentally balanced place. And if they wish to see that as, you know, whatever they want to see, it's in fact a kind of perspective that you're ruminating about. It's a idea, it's a process, okay, mentally, that you are undergoing in silence. You know, these people are kind of funny, actually, because they don't know what to do when you don't respond. The game is over, essentially, when you don't respond or when you don't play the game. And I feel like they're going to kind of peter out because they're going to lose steam about this, where Leo may feel rejuvenated afterwards. There is some amount of truth, some information that you're holding on to, maybe for a rainy day as well. The fight's not over. Leo's just not participating in anything that's not necessary. And that's energy work. Show me what else I need to see for Leo. All right, Leo, what I feel like is that my cards don't actually want to give us any more than this. So we're going to clarify the Tower, okay? With the few minutes that we have, we're going to clarify the Tower. Please clarify the Tower for Leo. Competition, combative, nonsense. And unfortunately, Leo, I think you're having to literally rise above it and just see the beauty in it, because they want to bring you to their perspective, which we can see. There's a million other of them grouped together, but you're not like that. And they have a really hard time seeing that truth. Your light may be blinding. They may not want to see it. You know, too, with this Five of Swords, it's very egoic, you know, and when you're looking through the eyes of ego, either way you put it, whether it's an inferior ego or a superior ego, it's imbalanced and it's rooted in fear. Your light intimidates the shit out of these people. Let's just face it, Leo. Let's clarify the Tower for Leo, please. Clarify the Tower for Leo. Clarify the Tower for Leo. Okay, so yeah, this is why it's ongoing. We have another Five that has not changed. The King of Pentacles, very stubborn, grounded, rooted energy, also Taurian. We have Aquarius, Aries, Taurus, and Scorpio, which is sort of adding fuel to this fire. You know, wherever this stands in your own field or in your own chart, this is someone who is really thinking seriously about the future, who likes to invest very wisely, okay, in making moves forward and in investing with knowing that they're going to get proper dividends at the end, right? Their bank balance never goes negative, essentially, when they're making the right moves. And that's not always the case, but this person takes pride in these aspects of themselves, right? So you could be, involved with a Taurus. You could be involved with someone, in your home or family life that is very stubborn and strong about something that actually needs change. It actually has needed to end. It actually has needed to finalize. And it may be causing you a lot of unwarranted, undeserved grief. Okay? But like I said, Leo, you're not acting as a victim. And if you're involved with someone, they're not acting as a victim. But this energy, right? All of these cards following the King of Pentacles are clingy. They're attaching. They're at the demise of this situation, in truth, where you may have an opportunity or a long-standing commitment. It seems like this comes with a lot of baggage, okay? It seems that it comes with a lot of baggage, a lot of drama. And for whatever reason, this person has personal attachment and they're unwilling to let go. And I don't feel that the King of Pentacles here is actually looking at the bright side of the situation. They may not know, what lies ahead of this tower actually coming to a crumble. But regardless, I don't feel like it's your job to show them or reassure them. It feels like that's this person's baggage. That's this person's stuff. Okay? And so this tower moment remains unfinalized or incomplete to an extent, right? They may be, working it out or whatever, but what really does that mean? The Five of Cups is really distraught over something that's already spilt and that they don't actually have. So for whatever reason, they're staying. And it's not changing, and it won't improve. Please clarify the Tower for Leo. Okay, so the King of Cups. This person, okay, was on the bottom of the deck. I feel like this is a person. We have two kings. This is the choice that they have, or that you have potentially, Leo. You might have options. The King of Pentacles and the King of Cups. One being very grounded, slow-moving, sturdy, supportive, protective. But the King of Cups being that of persistence, understanding, reciprocity, and emotional stability. For whatever reason, Leo, you could be coming up to a decision yourself. A decision on whether or not to actually play this game, I think, at the end of the day. If a person is putting you on hold for a situation that they're unwilling to leave, it does seem unfair. It does seem unproductive. This energy is very stagnant. And of course, there's rumors or word, okay, that is conflicting this decision in whatever way you may be resonating with this. But even more specifically, you guys, I'm sensing someone that this King of Pentacles is involved with. Someone that they are in a codependent relationship with. Someone who they have an emotional attachment to. I would not call it love. This is not the love. This is not the energy of love. It's codependence. It's not knowing any better. And it's avoiding pain or making a choice. And as this person shows up, I believe it is a feminine energy that's showing up as a masculine. Challenging, dominating, persisting. And we have an overall energy of, I don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. Maybe a little bit of a balancing act, but a decision needs to be made here. Let's clarify. It does feel like a lie, doesn't it? It does. It may actually be a lie. And for whatever reason, I don't feel that this King of Cups is so into giving, actually. I think that whatever this Five of Cups is, it's very taking. Very taking. Consuming. As King of Cups can be. Please clarify the King of Cups. Whew. Queen of Swords in reverse. This is the hard truth. There's been a vision here that someone really needs to take seriously. For whatever reason, I don't feel like these kings are ignorant of their situation. They are very clear, in fact, upon whatever truth or whatever decision needs to be made. But if you are coming through as this truth teller, Libra and Aquarian Gemini energy, it seems like you're going to have to make a decision for yourself, Leo. It may be a hard one to make, but whatever this situation is, it's not very promising for anyone, but you know that. They may know it too, but I don't feel like they care. Because you know that this situation, especially with all these fives, is involving childlike energy. People who aren't mature, people who aren't grounded, or, I don't know, willing to see the light that you've shed upon this situation. It's very simple in context. You've got to move forward in one way or another. And it seems like the more you learn about this person, the more you may realize how they have a lot of reflecting to do. They have a lot of deep internal work, potentially. You know, whatever situation hasn't come to an end has maybe been at your demise. They may not have stood up for you or protected you or come clean or told the truth. Maybe you're not the only one they've done this with. But the Page of Cups and the Knight of Wands, this is potentially an apology, someone who wants to come in, who has a lot of passion and love for you, and it may just be very new. This person may have some stuff that they've got to wrap up before they can take anything seriously with you, but I think what you're wondering, Leo, is why is it taking this long if you really do feel that way about me? You know, and there is beauty in this situation. I don't feel like you're condemning this person, but what you are swiftly getting to the point about is that Leo doesn't want to be in the middle of this. Leo doesn't want to force anyone into any situation or get in the mess of what they're currently trying to sort out in their own life. And that's a difficult decision, maybe, because I do sense this strong connection with this person. But you're not in the mood to play a child's game. Overall energy, Leo, got strength. Your own major arcana, number 8. Talking about karma. Being patient. Being transparent with your heart, with what you know you deserve. Not doing the things that you could actually do in this situation. Not provoking. Not hiding. Being really honest. Transparency is a very strong sort of aspect to embody, right? It also denotes balance within yourself, which I think has become distinctly clear with the situation maybe that your love is involved in now. What I think that you're choosing for yourself is forgiveness, compassion, understanding, and choosing to move forward with that truth. Even if it means going alone. There is a chance for this, though. There is a chance for this. But I think for Leo to move forward in any productive way, there needs to be more of this happening. Transparency, balance, understanding, cooperation. Harmony. Thank you, Leo. All right. Sagittarius. Let's just sage. Give me one moment, you guys. We're going to spend our last 20-30 minutes on Sagittarius. We're going to dive deep here. This sage is wrapped so tightly, it burns so slow. All right. Sagittarius, Sagittarius, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. I just heard wind tunnel. Wind tunnel. Sagittarius, show me what I need to see for Sagittarius. Sagittarius, show me what I need to see for Sagittarius. Spiritual message for Sagittarius, please. Whoa, Sag. Secret temptation, being led astray. Interesting information coming through, Sag. We have a number 31, which is a 4, which is, of course, seeking foundation, seeking stability, maybe even seeking to redeem or validate yourself. But it looks like there's some explosion waiting to happen within you. Something that is a crack within the very foundation you seek to cover up. One thing that's very interesting is that there is a very strong male presence here. Falsified information, not seeing clearly, being led astray, away from your truer goals, maybe even some manipulation happening in your life. Or toward another. Being led astray, accept your choices. Temptations can be everywhere, dependent upon your vices, and unfortunately there will always be a temptation to the human psyche. We can learn from these vices as they teach us about our emotional triggers prior to our actions. Self-mastery is key. Risk-taking should be avoided now, with careful consideration of any planning of events, career changes, or major decisions. A lack of willpower may influence your impulses. Be strict with your budget, as financial blowouts are significant now. Right now, the truth is yet to be revealed. Be cautious in lending any goods you wish to have returned, as deception is around every corner. Be mindful of any agreements or contracts at this time and seek professional advice where appropriate. If you are in a relationship, you may feel that it is a risk at a third-party influence. Addictions such as gambling, drugs, sex, alcoholism, and even food are indicated through this card. Being tempted by devilish behavior is leading you down a bad path. This health card encourages you to regain control of your life, building willpower and determination using a step-by-step approach for support and encouragement. Ultimately, the temptation to be bad or let loose is having a negative effect on yourself and the people around you. If you are experiencing challenges with your personal habits at this moment, now is a time to develop structured and systematic coping strategies that you can lean on when you are tempted to be led astray. However, you are a conscious creator, so be accountable for your past and your current choices, and seek to change them in the present and in the future. All is not lost, but you must act if you wish to improve your circumstances. Continuing to ignore the root of the problem will only make this situation worse. Professional assistance is required now. Seek a suitable health practitioner associated with your specific challenges. Shadow aspects of this card: lack of impulse or control, addiction, obsession, and deception. Archangel Zachariel will assist you in major change, release of destructive tendencies, and self-sabotage. The affirmation: I choose to make positive choices. I free my emotional burden. Show me what I need to see for Sag. Show me what I need to see for Sag. Yep. Seven of Swords. The card of betrayal, making movement forward in which does not serve you in the outcome, lies, deceit, cover-ups, not willing to take responsibility, which this card would absolutely denote, and even planning a strategy behind closed doors, as if to take something that isn't yours. We'll start with this. Another 7. This is really interesting, as number 7s typically allude to a divine intervention. They are the perfect number. You won't find this number in nature. It is always divine, and it denotes progression, almost always on an emotional or psychological level. Something that you have to realize, Sag. Or the person you love, of course, if you're a cross-watcher. Your defenses are down. The strategy isn't going to work, and you've got no more options, potentially. The universe is basically prompting you to make a different decision than any of the ones that you've considered. If this is a strategy to get back at someone, I feel in truth, it's someone that you actually care about. It's someone who you're hoping to catch off guard, manipulate a situation, get back in their good graces, or catch them when they're not looking. This is that divine intervention. The Star and the Hermit, denoting a spiritual connection on the rise. Someone who is really looking at their past, needing to learn from it. Maybe the both of you are, because destiny is calling. The Star is the energy of the Aquarian. We have 2 Aquarian cards. You may feel that this person betrayed you first, which in that mentality would give you the right to get back at them, right? I don't think Spirit agrees with that. Because this person, as I see it, is not fighting back. They are not playing the game. They have their defenses down. And they may not understand your motives. The Star represents healing, following your internal navigation system. And what I feel, Sag, is that you may be upset that that's not in your direction. The Star comes as a change maker to take lower vibrational situations and relationships and put them in such perspective that you have no choice but to deem them as obsolete, insufficient, or ineffective to your overall goals. And simply enough, the Star takes those obsolete systems and raises them up to higher levels of consciousness so that a lesson can be learned and growth can transpire. And with the Hermit, this is someone going into willful solitude, isolation, reflecting upon a situation that no longer serves them, and potentially wanting to end something. I say that this is a spiritual union because there is balance in the emotions here. It denotes growth. It denotes vulnerability, healing, of course, and also positive change. Spiritually guided, divinely intervened. And as this woman lies under the star of her mind and of her heart and body and soul, if you would, this masculine is looking at the star in his little lantern, looking at the past, visiting different emotions that they haven't felt in a while, wondering what the best next step is to take as they are at a standstill in their current circumstances. The Emperor as an overall energy for this person. The Emperor is the divine masculine. The Emperor is the spiritual counterpart to the divine feminine. And the Emperor doesn't need to control a situation, and I feel that's why they are not playing the game. They're not fighting back. The Emperor knows themselves, and they've come to this realization 1:11:33 on the clock. They're coming to a realization that is really significant about their destiny, in whatever way, shape, or form you'd like to take that. The star is the Aquarian energy, and it does denote movement forward. Though it is an air energy and very psychological in nature, it is the water bearer of the zodiac, and it represents the I know factor within us all. This person knows something about themselves that has planted a seed, so to speak. It has changed the way they've seen things, so to speak. And they're looking at past behaviors, wanting to be different, and I feel the advice is for you to do the same. Let's clarify. Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands, please. Clarify Seven of Wands for Sagittarius. I'm surprised the Devil hasn't come out yet. Seven of Wands, please, for Sagittarius. All right, this game. That's why this secret temptation is so pertinent to your story right now, Sag. I know that this is going to trigger you. I know that this is an ego thing, okay? Because I can feel it. It's very obvious that there's some amount of obsession here. This is your self-sabotage. This is that competition coming back at you. The Nine of Swords. This is anxious, disconnected, discombobulated, confused, elusive energy that leaves you feeling more distraught afterwards. And I think that's why this person really wants this to end. Maybe that's why you do. What is there to gain from this energy? This 7 the defenses, catching someone off guard, they're going to know. They're going to know the truth because they're going to feel it. They're not going to be able to sleep. And this is screaming sabotage. All because you feel this situation is unfair. You would like to say that someone did something before you did something, and so that makes it okay. When I feel a very clear action was taken to sabotage either someone's justice or happiness. Justice being the energy of Libra, the Four of Wands being the energy of Aries, and the Five of Wands being the energy of Leo, Sagittarius. They're not fighting. And maybe that's the information you really need to know. That no offer really can be made here. And as it stands, there is a massive crack in this foundation that won't be righted by 2 wrongs or 3. There's a twin flame situation. There's a spiritual union that I think you would like to ignore, that I think that you would like to combat or compete with. Again, I just feel like this energy doesn't want anyone to win. This energy doesn't want any conclusion other than the one that this person wants for themselves, which I think is very confusing, and I don't understand it. An injustice, malicious action may have been taken to sabotage the situation. And I feel like there's an element of real exhaustion here over this. Just real obvious that what is the end goal? Because the Five of Wands is no one wins. And maybe that's what this person wants. I don't know. I don't understand it. Overall energy, we have the 8 of Cups. Your advice is to simply leave this situation before it gets any worse. Okay, let's reflect back on this. You may be led astray. You may be given falsified information or be spreading it. There's a real self-interest here. And I don't think anyone's going to get good vibes from looking at this. The 8 of Cups suggests taking your losses and going somewhere that will emotionally fulfill you, because there's nothing more to be gained in this situation. Let's look at the Star and the Hermit. Just out of curiosity, I want to see the energy between them. Or just have clarity. Let's look at the Star and Hermit. It's funny the way I'm seeing this because, you know, someone did take obvious action, okay, in lying and deceiving others taking something that wasn't theirs, robbing someone of their ownership. I feel like there's an ownership here. Which, the chicken or the egg. I mean, in this case, this person obviously sees this is not a person or a relationship, but more of a possession. That's where we get the idea of obsession. It's a possession. I'm entitled to it, is what this person thinks. And so, therefore, this whole situation ensues. But as I see it on the table, this hermit, while in solitude, is looking over the situation. Looking over all the pieces of the puzzle. And I don't feel that they don't have clarity over it. I feel that they're actually seeing very clearly the kind of things that have gone on now. And in what way they should proceed. If you are going into the astral or etheric realms for information, Sag, I would be very careful of what information you come back with. This can also be that you are, in fact, being led astray. We have 2 birds on this card, which denote crows, which crows denote being able to see in the dark, typically. You could be working with 2 people. But this person may also have some egoic involvement in this situation, as if to sway your opinion or the opinions of others. I'm hearing multifaceted. This person will draw a conclusion without being able to see the entirety of the situation. Multifaceted. Please clarify the star and the hermit. Please clarify the star and the hermit. Okay, we have 4 cards. Which would suggest this person's decision-making, they're really revisiting the situation, okay? For healing, they're wanting to revive the innocence, okay, with this spiritual connection. The 6 of Cups would denote a soulmate connection at the very least. It's typically one of my twin flame cards, as twin flames typically go through life together, right? From adolescence to old age. In their knowingness of the fact that they are a twin. The 2 of Pentacles is the choice being made. Balancing act. Like, I don't know what to do. I know I've got to make a decision. I've got to get my stuff in order. There may be an issue of finances, surrounding this person. And it may be hindering their ability to move forward. But eventually, they move forward with passion. They move forward with purpose. They feel more collected. They feel more powerful. They feel more confident and free. Okay, that's the element that this person is really working on achieving, leveling up to, healing, attaining. It's all good. The 8 of Wands. Also very karmic movement forward. Knowingness of where they want to be, where they're supposed to be. Having a call of the soul. Very individual energy. An individualized energy. Someone who's free of obligation, ties, commitments, and especially manipulation or obsession. And the 3 of Pentacles is starting a foundation that will last. Somebody who really believes that the work that they put in will be returned. And I believe that they're right. The 3 of Pentacles is working on their craft, pursuing fruitful endeavors, being proud of their craftsmanship or the work that they do. They're socializing with really healthy people. They're finding balance in their life, stability in their life, and their work is being seen or validated or known by many around them. And there is a sort of recognition here of how far they've come. And maybe they're not there yet. Maybe it will take a while to get there. But I see this person reflecting and wanting this for themselves more and more, okay? And so for whatever reason, the Star and the Hermit seem to go together very nicely, very nicely. In essence, they're healing this, okay? The energy between them is very healing, very supportive, long-lasting, passionate, and something you can build off of, right? So if this is you leaving a situation, Sag, for another, you know, maybe you've been in the middle of a spiritual union. It just seems like it's not a fight that you can continue to fight this way, or that you should be fighting at all. Okay? So please take that into account. I'm feeling like it's only a matter of time before you realize this. And so take precaution in any action. It's not going to go well. Okay? I just want to say that it's very clear how it's going to come back. It's very clear how pointless it is, or, you know, the drama, in fact, is very selfish. And so there's a lot of issues potentially within you, or, you know, within this situation as a whole, that really need to be healed. They really need to be, like, you really have to be in control of yourself. Okay, with this energy, I kind of want to say meltdown, explosion, someone who just clearly is not in control of themselves, someone who just clearly does not care about who or what they destroy in their own process, if you could even call it that. It's highly destructive. And what I would like to say is there is a rain cloud over this situation or this person that just follows them. It's a void, okay? It's very destructive. It's very heavy. And no one gets to reap the kind of happiness within this kind of energy. And it really needs to be healed. It really needs to be fixed. So if you're working with someone, ask them to help them heal. Ask them to help you heal, instead of causing more drama, instead of causing the chaos, instead of really doing what you want. That's the advice. That's the advice. Thank you so much, Sag. Thank you so much, fire signs. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you have an amazing week, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.